Welcome to the Queer Side podcast, where we celebrate LGBTQ plus stories and dive into the world of BL, GL, and beyond. From heartfelt series to bold conversations about queer representation, this is your space for love, laughter, and connection. So join me, Sarah,
And Nadia?
and let's explore the queer side of storytelling together. Yes, welcome to this new episode. Today it's only us two. And yes, we are just trying to do this by ourselves because normally Marika kind of manages everything. So we're a little like a fish out of water here. We hope everything is going right, but yes, we will see. And today we will continue our kind of exploration of BL history and how we are calling it the nostalgia episodes of discussing all the older shows that kind of built up the whole BL industry and GL industry. And we are, the last time we discussed all the shows from like 2014 to 2019, as there were not that many, we could like bunch them all together. But we are now in 2020 when BL kind of started to really kick off, I would say, and get more recognition in their countries internationally. And so we have more shows in 1 year. So we're gonna contain it to 2020 and just go through everything we got that year.
Yes.
Let's start. We're also gonna go through this country by country. We're starting off with the countries who have less shows. We will start with Korea. Shall we start there?
Yeah, that sounds good.
2020 was kind of honestly the first year that real Korean shows came out. There weren't like kind of not any shows before that, really. I think we had one show which I have never heard of, and Marika actually has heard of, but she kind of just knows all the shows. But now we have 2020 and we get Color Rush.
Yes.
Yes, even including K-pop idol, well, former K-pop idol kind of. And have you seen Color Rush?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, it's an interesting one, with an interesting concept, and I feel it was on the longer side, right? Well, the episodes were like half an hour maybe, which not really that long, but a lot longer than we're used to with Korean BLs before that. Yeah, you have the concept of like color blindness, and then you have this special person that gives you back your colors, which, yeah, it wasn't bad, the show. I enjoyed it. What else do we have from Korea? We have Where Your Eyes Linger. There's also a show that gets talked about more, I feel like. You kind of always hear a little bit in the ether about that being like one of the first like Korean BLs and stuff. But from what I remember watching it, I think I've watched it at least, is that what was kind of confused because it was extremely short. Like all the parts were like only 10 minutes, I think, if I remember correctly. And that's also why the story kind of was very, I don't know, loose. How could you say it? It was like not of time to tell a story, which I watched this at the very beginning of my BL journey, and it kind of confused me more than anything. But yeah, I guess for Korea and BLs there, it was kind of a starting point.
And we also have Wish You, if you know it.
Wish you. No, no. Actually, I
Yeah,
don't know that one.
it's also kind of the video is about like a singer, and I think it's like former K-pop idol too, but I'm not really sure. I don't remember much of it, but yeah, I also like I remember it was a good one.
Yeah, and that's kind of already it for Korea.
I think
We,
so. I
yeah,
think
pretty
so.
much, I think. Not a lot of shows, but it's a start for Korea. Japan, also not that many shows. Kind of the big one that came out from Japan in 2020 was Cherry Magic, which is very famous and also like got the Thai remake. I mean, it's a very fun show with a very fun concept of the mind reading after being a 30-year-old version. Yeah, have you watched the Japanese version?
Yeah, I have. It's interesting, really. I don't think there's no other drama like that. I
Yeah.
don't think there's like anything like it.
Yeah, it's true. It's a very special concept. Do you have a show or another show from Japan?
Yeah, I actually have. It's called His. There is like a movie about it and also like really short series. I don't remember how much episodes was it. Like I think it was like six or they were like really short ones. It's about like two guys, two best friends. They showed how they're like childhood friends, and then in the movie they are already like older and explore like their feelings about each other.
Mm.
There was like a child involved. I think one of the guys had a child,
Oh,
and there's
okay.
like a divorce thing with his wife kind of thing. Like the I don't know, it was very complex. Like the movie, it was like very complex. So it's interesting to watch, and if you haven't seen it, you should try it.
Yeah. No, that
Yeah,
sounds interesting. Very
it is. It,
nice.
it was. Yeah.
And now we have Taiwan. Series-wise, they had, which show did you mention? Because of You was the name?
Yeah, because of you. Yeah.
Yes, I have not watched that show. Do you
Mm.
remember that show?
I even think it was like Taiwan Korean one. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. So one of the guys was Korean and the other one is it's from Taiwan.
oh,
And
nice.
they both talk in their like languages. And
Oh,
so it's like,
interesting.
yeah, it's really funny. It's really funny to watch. I think it was like some kind of enemy to lover plot. So yeah, that's that's it for
Yeah.
it. But
I mean, in 2020, the most memorable piece of media, BL media that came out of Taiwan was definitely the movie Your Name Engraved Herein. That's right, right? Yes.
yes.
Complicated title, which I still haven't watched it because I'm kind of scared because I
Yeah,
have a feeling it's sad and I don't like
it
sad
is.
things.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I know it's
It's
very
really,
impactful.
yeah, it's really a realistic movie. It's
Yeah.
not, yeah, it's not for everyone.
I have seen the edits with Ticket to Heaven from the trailer from the new Gemini 4th show and like comparisons that are being made between the two shows because I think there's like a connection with the religious trauma. It makes me scared to watch this movie, but I only have heard very good things about it. Definitely
It's
had an
worth,
impact. Yeah.
yeah, it's worth watching for sure.
If you can suffer through that sad things. Now you have also some Filipino shows, right?
Yeah, I have as much as I remember.
Yeah, I mean it's been a while. 2020 is like 5 years ago now already. But
Mhm.
just
Yes.
what you remember vaguely about Filipino shows,
Mm,
because I haven't
yeah,
heard a
I'll
lot
try.
about them. Yes.
I would try. So, I don't know. I just like go through my drama list from 2020, and I just found I watched like a lot of Filipino shows, which is like really interesting because like I don't remember much of it. But yeah, so one of it is like Hello Stranger, And I think it was like, I don't know how to say it, like they they played a game, like the computer game and stuff. So they know each other from there, and they started talking on the computer, like on internet, and
Mm.
like they meet in the future. I mean, like
Hmm.
after some time of speaking, and they fall in love, and yeah, I think it was something like that.
You know,
It's really,
I think I even heard the name or somewhere already. Hello,
yeah,
Stranger.
prob
I think it has to
probably.
be one of the bigger shows from
Hmm. Yeah, it
whatever, you
was
know.
this one. Another one. So, Oh Mando. I think that's how it's called. But like, I'm not really sure what it was about. So I will just lie to you if I tell something. So yeah, we just have to check that after. I
Mm,
have
you
some
can.
like Game Boys. I think it's like the
Oh, yeah.
same.
I've heard about that one as well.
Yeah, I think it's like almost the same plot as the Hello Stranger. I
Hmm.
mean, also like kind of online thing. They are talking.
Fitting for Corona times.
Yeah, I mean it was like that. It was like because of that they started
Yeah.
shows like that. So yeah, I think that's it. What I remember.
Now, the last country, of course, Thailand, has the most shows, and especially after 2020, they kind of started to explode. 2020 was already quite a lot of shows, and it only got more after that. And we had some big ones in 2020 that kind of brought in a lot more people into the whole BL genre. Like, I think one of the biggest examples of that is Together, the series, which nowadays is kind of like you hate it or love it. People have opinions on this show. Did you watch this while it was coming out? Were you like
Yeah,
there during the
I
boom?
did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started with them like I was already in BL then. So when it came out, I watched it immediately. So yes,
It was a moment, right? Like it
yeah,
was a big
it
thing
was.
during that time.
It
I
was.
mean, I watched it like maybe, I don't know, a year ago only. And my opinion on this show is like it's okay. Like it's a good show. It's fun. It's nothing spectacular or special, but also like I don't get the hate on it that much. I don't know, maybe people were like over the hype or something, but like for the time, it was a nice show.
From from like for 2020, it was like a great show. Like
Yeah.
it it was like pretty interesting to see it back then because now they have like a lot of shows and it's getting more and more like realistic and more like better. The actors are getting better with the acting, the plots are getting like stronger. So if you watch it now you probably think, yeah, that's not that good, but if you have watched it back then, it's like really good one for for sure. It
Yeah.
was like you didn't have like many options then, so
Yeah.
yeah. I don't
And
I don't get the hate too. It was
no,
funny. It
and
was
it
funny and it was
definitely,
like, hmm,
yeah, and it definitely brought in a lot of newcomers into BL, I think. And I mean, wait, Win and Bright. Oh my God. They got really big because of this show. So you
yes,
kind of can see an impact there. They were like one of the big couples at that point. Other shows, we have End of Love, which also came out in 2020. That show was, I mean, it was like three different storylines, right?
yes.
And I only know about the In War storyline. I haven't watched the other two.
I know two of them. Okay, so
But I mean, it was also pretty big, I think, and obviously the love of the Yin storyline was pretty big that they got a full show out of it.
Also, engineering, it was like really popular back then.
Yes, it continued the trend of BL engineering boys that started with sodas. Yeah, it's interesting to see like the history. And I mean, a lot of university shows, like we said, like Together is also a university show. End of Love, we have My Engineer, also 2020, literally in the name. I
Yes.
think also just see a show My Gear, Your Crown, Gown,
Good. Yeah, I
Your
know,
Gown.
I know what you're
I
talking
have a
about.
feeling that's also about engineering with the My Gear part.
It was, yes.
Yeah. So you are definitely right. A lot of engineering happening in 2020. We have a few season twos. We have season two of Town Type. We have season two of Love by Chance, which kind of continued shows that were big at the time. We have The Shipper, which was just sad. I don't want to talk about it. We have Tonon Chonlati, which is, I think, is it Kautang's first show?
Um,
It might be.
Maybe yes. I remember him from there. I'm not sure if it's his first show, but
Oh, I mean, he
he
was
get
in
popular.
Together as well. He was a side character in Together. But as a main character, I think it's Tonon Chonlati. Yeah. That show was interesting.
It was really funny.
Yeah, it was definitely funny. I mean, who was the other two, the friends who were a couple and they have to hide it? Well, those two were very funny. What else? We also have on the list, Why Are You? That's also a big show. Was also kind of disrupted, I think, by COVID. The storylines were kind of shaken around and the focus shifted on the Sea and Saint storyline. But it was pretty big and it is kind of the start of Domundi as a series producing company. Made them kind of what Domundi is today, right?
Yes, totally. It's a big one also. So we also have I Told Sunset About You.
Yes, that is the main show of 2020,
Yeah.
in my opinion, at least.
For me too. I cried a lot about the show when I watched it. I was so emotional.
Yeah,
The
truly, like, I, a while long, I was hesitating to watch this show, and don't ask me why. I was just like, hmm, I don't know. And then I watched it and was like, why didn't I watch this earlier? This is one of the best things I have ever seen. Such good storytelling and the acting. I mean, Bilkin and Pippi are incredible in what they do.
yes, the acting on level on like really high level
Yeah,
there. I think it was
definitely.
the show with the best acting from the year.
Yeah,
I was so
I
into
could see
it.
that. Yeah, phenomenal performances from both of them, and just the storyline was incredible, and the way it was filmed was so beautiful. And I mean, it was only 5 episodes, right? But it worked very well with only a few episodes.
Yeah, they showed everything.
Yeah, no, definitely both of one of our favorite BL shows in general, and set a mark on what a BL show can be, like filming wise and storytelling wise and everything. Also, I think another show that kind of brought something new to the genre was Manner of Death because it kind of changed up the whole stereotypical university engineering or school BLs by getting serious. I mean, you have kind of a very different plot. You have adults with jobs and murder kind of happening.
Yeah, really dark drama. It's all different than university ones at that time. And I think we get the first drama with Jeff ingredients at that
I
year.
think it's actually the second because we did mention he, she, it,
Oh no,
and he was
I
in
was,
that one as well.
yeah,
And it
that's a
was
good point.
before 2020. But another one with Jeff, that's also
Yeah.
good.
Maybe it's because like it was my first drama with Jeff. So,
Yeah,
and I actually haven't seen the other one still. I have heard of it and I know like the plot, but I haven't seen it.
I haven't watched both of them yet, but they're on my list. So I'm planning to watch them. And I think they're pretty good, right?
I mean, they're interesting. It's like it's different. They are like with the short episodes as well. But yeah, it's really different from the other ones from the year. They're more like I think I even watched it on YouTube because like they were like short YouTube videos or so. It was really interesting.
Yeah. We do also have in 2020, we have Gen Y the series and we have YYY the series. Two of the many, many Y shows we get in BL. There's so many with a Y in the title. I always get them all mixed up. But yeah, those also happened in 2020. Do you have any other shows you want to mention?
I don't think so. I think that's all.
Yeah, I think we can kind of
Mhm.
conclude it here. Like we said at the beginning, now it can starts to really explode the next years, like with 2021, 22, 23, it only gets more and more. So we're gonna continue in future episodes talking through those years and yeah, explore this kind of interesting history of BL and where it started and where it's going. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed going through this kind of trip down memory lane if you watched it while it was coming out, or like me, just going back to the past. Um, Talking about the older shows that brought us to where we are now. Yeah, tell us what are some of your favorite shows from 2020? And yes, thank you for listening to Queer Side, the podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, make sure to hit the subscribe button and leave a comment. It really helps. Also, please follow us on our social media. We have TikTok and we have Instagram. Come over there, say hello. Yeah, thank you very much for listening. Until next time.
See you next time. Yeah.